Morning, Nicolas. How are you today?
Very good, thank you. Good morning, and an honor to be with you today.
Thank you. Me too, and thanks for the time being with us. And can you please introduce yourself? You'll do it better than me.
My name is Nicolas Sauvage. I'm the president of TDK Ventures, the corporate VC of TDK, and a proud investor in GenCell.
As being very honored to be, as I told you before, it's not the money of the funding, it's who is the one that is putting that investment. And for us to be with the TDK is a great certification of that probably do something good. And how this, if you can share with us your thoughts before you got into this, venture, into the investment. How did you come to the conclusion that it should be done? TDK, a huge company, a chemical company, one of the three, I think, biggest in the world, to invest in a small company like GenCell.
First, TDK is all about contribution to society. When it was started in 1935, that was already the mission in the charter. And so at TDK Ventures, we look at all the startups and the innovators and the entrepreneurs who are committed to contribute to society. If we think about energy and green energy, it's one of the cases where we need to be both patient and impatient. Patient because of the sense of purpose. We need to save the planet from all the disasters that we have created ourselves, but also a sense of urgency. We need to start now to be able to build the right technologies. What we loved about what we saw at GenCell is really the opportunity to develop technologies that pave the way towards pure green energy, pure green goodness.
And when you did it before you saw it during the Zoom meetings, and when you just came today, after you did this step,
yep.
What do you think after really seeing the company and the assets?
So today I had the chance to really visit GenCell and look at what you're doing. And it reminds me of the first time I met with Rami and the founders of GenCell, which is, if you can do this green ammonia project, this is a holy grail. And I feel today I had this glimpse of not only the technology and the breakthrough, but the thought process to make it scalable all the way to mass deployment. And for me, when you think about holy grail, which is what we need to save the planet, you need to have the technology that is good unit economics, but highly scalable. And today I saw a glimpse of what you can do.
Thank you very much. And I think from our side, symmetrically, we think the same, because as a small company with the know-how and the expertise, but to scale it up into a real world change, you cannot do it alone. And I think this boost of a big company that has the concerns and the sensitivity to the world's future, combining with the technology that we have already made and probably will continue, this for us is a great encouragement, not just by the size of your company, but also for the aim of your company. Have you, as TDK, invested in some other ventures that are going aligned with your vision, like you did with GenCell?
Absolutely. So GenCell is, of course, a very exciting startup that we have invested in, but there are a number of other startups that we have invested in that goes towards this green or greener planet. One of them is Verdagy in California, which is doing a green hydrogen electrolyzer, also highly scalable. We also invested in Type 1 Energy on the East Coast, which is all about nuclear fusion and highly scalable, also using a stellar Ratter model. So as you can see, when we say we want to contribute to society and to a green planet, we look at GenCell as one of the building blocks, but there are many other building blocks because we need to think about it holistically.
And how the people, your colleagues from the engineering side, from the scientific side, how they got it, how did they collaborate with you on the decision?
So if I look at GenCell, it was one of these really good example of TDK R&D teams already engaging with GenCell and already contributing and identify this was a real technology that could work. So this was for us what we call a superpower. Because when we look at investing, what we are hoping is to be able to find technologies that can really prove itself and then scale. And to have our colleagues in TDK who are worldwide experts to be able to say, yes, this technology is legit, we can make it work, we want to contribute to it. This is our superpower.
And the next steps, what you have, or what is your really, professional, personal wish as the next step with GenCell?
Like I said, when we met your colleagues and we looked at all the experts that you have in the company, I want this technology to be massively deployed. I want this to be so ubiquitous that we leverage all of this value for a greener planet. I can't say it better than saying that I wish GenCell to be used everywhere where you need this long-term storage and emergency responses, and it can be used for hospitals, all these important use cases where you need to have green, but also something very reliable.
And what do you think about this revolution now, or evolution? I think it's a revolution because it's so fast going to the EV market, to the electrical vehicles that needs to get tons of electricity available.
Well, I think we need to realize that the grids, any countries, have never been planned, let alone being capable to scale to the level of demand that the EV cars, especially at the rate we are looking at, the pace we are looking at, demand increasing. So even if we were to start now to build the grid to be able to scale as fast as possible, it's not going to be able to handle all the demands of EV cars needing to be charged. So we need more solution. It needs to be complementary. And GenCell solutions that I'm sure you're going to announce soon, this is a critical element to be able to deploy where you need the energy, but to be green and to be deployed everywhere you can't have the grid being able to support it.
Thank you very much for that. And this is exactly what we are aiming, the total distribution and keeping it green. You have a green cycle that you've mentioned, I think, in one of your articles, that you have the green cycle. Can you have a word about it and your vision about green from source to end?
Well, first we have to think about what's the best solution we could dream of. And this is what GenCell is developing, which is water to power. And if we find a way where we can take just water and green energy from renewables and make it into energy, which we can then carry, for example, with ammonia, and then create powers wherever it's needed. This is back to what I said, the holy grail. You cannot think of something greener to do. And if you find a process that can even recycle that water back into the process, even better.
Thank you very much, and it's a great opportunity to have you here, and thanks for the time visiting us.
No, it was my privilege, and I feel like I witness a revolution.
We too, and thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Thanks.